We live in a world where we could be bought and sold. That's because your soul worth more than any gold. That's because your hands got better riches to hold. There's a reason why we would die if ever we fold. Hatred and love pushed out, glittered in mold. That's the reason why they acting so cold. No trust can make a man.
Right, question 1. What made you start your channel? Well, my channel originally started to try and get information out to do with training and everything really, but I wanted to progress that with clothing, so I tried doing some clothing of my ideas, and that kind of slowed down. The vests done very well, but the t-shirts didn't do very well at all. And instead I wanted to progress my mind to do with personal training, diet, everything. So I looked at getting an apprenticeship with gyms in the area. That wasn't possible, so I went and done it with college. But I did try another company before that to do with doing my PT course, but I'm glad I went to college because I met some good people from college, and I learnt a lot more through college doing it, and I had great teachers.
So bold enough to let darkness unfold. Bad enough to deprive children of getting old. Seen the world turn dark, then I had to wake up and get involved, trying to enlighten these people, but it's like...
Second question is, what's your favourite Disney film? Well, when I was a child, it was Hercules. And I just kind of loved the whole idea of a god, and he just had to be tested to prove he was a god. And who else don't want to look like Hercules? Next one is, what are your current goals? Well, at the moment, my current goals is to just put a lot of size on until January the 1st, then diet from then till May, and just put on a nice amount of muscle in that time. I was going to do a mini cut, but I've been looking at the dates and everything else, and it doesn't really work, so I'm just going to keep going. Just keep it more cleaner now until January the 1st, and just do a big cut. Another one is, how long to your birthday? Well, this is a little bit weird one because this was from Snapchat or somewhere. My birthday was only in June, so I've got till next year, till June. So I think it's like 10 months or more, or even maybe a little bit less.
I speak a foreign language when the truth is told. You will see the light one day and wake up too. I just pray by then it's not too late. Who is gonna save us in this world of real villains? We need a Superman to fly over here and kill him. But who the fuck am I?
Another one from Snapchat, which was, where are you from and how old? Well, I'm from Bideford in Devon, and I am 29. What's your favourite exercise? I can't really pick a predominant exercise. I'm very good with leg press and rack pulls, but what I enjoy, don't know, I just enjoy legs in full really. I just like to be legs I can push even more. I just go into that zone and I can push my legs even more than some other things. Like my chest is really hard to push through that pain barrier. Do you do pre and post workout meals? Predominantly I try to aim for a pre-meal about an hour and a half, 2 hours before, and what I'm trying to do, especially when I come off this week rest, is have an intra, but not eat your A's and all that stuff, just purely a carb powder to get me through that workout even more, to get that quick carbs in, so like a multidextrin. And post-workout, what I have been doing now, which seems to work well with my growth, is, I can't even see now, I've been using Strong Sports cortisol management, which is neuro capsules, straight after a workout. So then I wait half an hour to an hour, purely because the neuro is getting my cortisol levels down a lot quicker. Then I get a meal in. Predominantly I try to get carbs and proteins, but if I am in a rush after a workout, I just get in some rice-based cereal and have another meal about an hour later if I have that just predominantly carb meal. What exercise do you do to get calves that size? With calves, 1 point is genetics. 2, I just put it down to consistency. I have consistently trained my calves with my legs for the whole time I've trained. I've progressed my leg training, but my calf workout has normally just stayed the same. It's always just an additional bit at the end. I've never predominantly just worked calves unless in my prep I was asked to do an exercise with prep, with calves. So say I was asked to do back and calves, then that would only be the time I did. So predominantly it's just consistency over years of training. I've also had, so let's say, the power in my legs when I was younger, and I've always had powerful legs, even before I started picking up weights, because I used to play rugby, so my legs have been the more powerful part on me, and I was always broader shoulder wise compared to other people my age. That's why I just went straight into rugby. Football I never really got into. I just played rugby, played for my local team and everything. But yeah, just consistency, and just partly genetic with calves, but mostly consistency. If you train it week in, week out, they will grow over time. No matter what, if you've got prep genetics for calves, whatever, if you train them constantly, week in, week out, for a long period of time, they will grow. You will get growth everywhere, no matter what. You just have to work mind to muscle, work it all, and just see what works for you as well, because you could do lightweight or heavy, or just aim for 100 reps. Just put a weight on, just say 20 kilos on each side or whatever, 30 on each side, and just try and do it in as less sets as you can do. How old was you when you first started training? Well, like I said, I played rugby when I was younger. The first time I ever stepped foot in a gym was when I played for the rugby, I think it was at school. When we used to do rugby at school, I'm sure I used to play for the team or something, and we went into this gym at our PE place, and a lot of people went on machines or went to cardio machines, whereas I just picked up a bar and started doing bicep curls, doing whatever, and the coach come up to me and literally said, you're not the same as everyone else. And I'm like, why, am I doing it wrong? And he's like, no, but you've picked up the bar, the dumbbells, where everyone's just gone for cardio machines. And then, just trying to think now, about 15, started doing like kind of powerlifting sort of training, down in South Devon. More just, it was just a college thing when I was at a college, because I was kicked out of schools and stuff. And part of my deal with the school, college slash, was I would go to the gym every day to be able to do my work, and it worked really well because I was able to concentrate more by going to the gym every day. And my bench was really good back then, which is funny because my bench is really poor compared to the rest of it now. And then I've done that for a bit, then I stopped for quite a long time. Then I started doing bodybuilding. I got quite lean and had a little bit of shape, but I never really had any size. Then I just got kind of mixed up with drugs and got in trouble and stuff again. And then I started doing it when I was inside, and it just clicked again, and then kind of kept doing that for a while. Then that stopped. I don't really think I was in it. My training and everything wasn't set out, so I started doing MMA, which is cage fighting, and then I started working in support work, so I couldn't really do that. So I kind of stopped for ages, got to a point where I had mental health and was like 24 stone fat and wanted to do something about it. So I started then. That was probably 2014, 15. And then this is where I've been at now. I've just steadily got over, every year progressed, every year got better with dieting, because my problem is I can eat. That might be doing me well in the future, but like the problem was I could eat and eat. So dieting was more of a problem. So I had to teach myself how to diet properly, which I feel I can do. I can put the work in with a coach or by myself. What are your current goals? Already done that. How do you zone out the pain to push past your mental barrier? Well, like I said, with legs, I can do it a lot more, but really with my pushing through the barriers, it's just, if anyone really sees me training hard, a lot of the time I will just shut my eyes and kind of zone out, and some of the times I do picture a lot of dark times for myself and a lot of things what I've seen and happen, and just realise this pain is fuck all compared to what I was going through at that time. I've been through that, so let's just push it even more. And that's the thing, if you are steadily willing to push your barriers, you can do it. You can tell yourself you're gonna push through this. You're gonna push even more weight. You're gonna push for so many reps, and your mind will steadily progress with your body. It's because you're programming your brain. Because there is actually research behind not just this, but actually whole remapping your brain to be able to deal with all sorts of stuff. And kind of that's how I feel I kind of am doing it. I'm kind of remapping my brain to be able to just deal with pain a lot more. My partner would probably say I'm shit with that with spots though. But they're just a pain in the ass. But yeah, that's my point on zoning out and going past that pain barrier and your mental barrier. Is the shit I've been through. I can picture that, and I've just steadily programmed my brain to be able to just be like, fuck it, if it hurts, just keep going. That's when a training partner comes in as well. Is if you have a good training partner. I've had good ones over the time, but then steadily things, sometimes, a lot of the time, things change with whether they change place they're working, or they want to change their workout style. But having a training partner who's on your level will also work, because they will just, you'll be able to push through that mental barrier, because you're ready to give up, they're ready to fucking keep you going. But as always, that's the end of the Q&A, but just keep grinding as usual, and obviously representing the gym, and yeah, hope you're all good. Give us a like, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Peace.